Now, I made a video last week demonstrating my chord finder wheel. So, for example, you've got this where you've got 3 rings of card which have got little cutouts in. And if you line up, well, there we go, D, F sharp and A at the top segment there, you get a D chord. And the idea of this is to help people who can already play to get some chord knowledge under their belt. Now, I got a rather terse bit of feedback on my Facebook when I shared this via Facebook and social media channels. And it went like this, and I quote, "Don't use charts. Just learn chord theory. This is our language. It's how we communicate. It's how we play the same thing," written in capitals at the end there. And I thought, okay, well, you know, I'm always up for a debate, and there are things like that I understand, and there are things like that I do not. Now, I find myself in recent years, I've dealt more with pupils who have special educational needs. And quite a few years ago now, I had there was a boy of 17 who wanted piano lessons. So I started teaching him some, you know, showing him some things on the piano. And he was really quite severely dyslexic. And he couldn't do his letters A to G. It was just a mystery to him. He'd go couldn't say A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with him in terms of his sort of overall intelligence and overall sort of aptitude and just general, you know, things like that. Nothing wrong at all. He couldn't do his letters A to G. So he was struggling a bit. And I thought, well, and things like this, you know, I'm making these things for people who do struggle with the theory, and it is not uncommon to struggle with theory, and it doesn't make you any less of a musician. In fact, it can make you more of one, because music is an oral tradition. So, fair enough, this is our language, it's how we communicate. Yes, that is true. You know, when you are playing a note on a guitar or keyboard or violin or whatever it is, you are communicating a sound to the listener. But it's more than just the maths. It is more than the theory. Yes, granted, the theory is important, and I'm fluent in my theory. So I'm able to see this from both sides quite successfully, I think. Now, this, in the case of this lad who was learning piano, I thought, okay, well, we've just got to throw out all the letters for the moment. We can reintroduce them later, perhaps. So we got the dry wipe board markers. You know, I just got some colours. I got the green, blue, red and black board markers. And I was marking up the keyboard with stripes and colours and all of that, and said, okay, D major's the red one, the blue one, and then the black one just there. Okay, that's fine. And he came back next week and he was playing that chord. And I said, that's D major. Okay, that's D major, fine. The abstract nature of music, although I know obviously the piano is in alphabetical order, but that abstract nature actually allowed him to develop his knowledge of the alphabet, and he can now recite his alphabet from A to G. Not only that, he now plays in a band in London, plays keyboards in a band, and is doing very well and can basically communicate using this language. So, don't use charts. Okay, I helped him by using colours, and we developed this colour scheme where the chords would have different colours. In fact, this particular boy was very good at art, so I thought, well, let's use his art to help him with his music. Just learn chord theory. You know, it has a sort of slight edge of him being embittered about something, that comment. Because actually I know lots of people who have gone through the real hard road, the hard slog of, you know, full-on music theory at music college, you know, some prestigious music colleges. It doesn't always work out right. I know quite a few people who've been through, and you can hear that they've been through, because it's lots and lots of technical stuff, but, you know, they can't play a bit of blues like B.B. King. You know, B.B. King, the ultimate musical communicator. Fantastic musician. And he said openly, he says, oh, I can't do chords, I don't really know what they are. And it's Django Reinhardt, my personal musical hero, couldn't even read or write his own language at all. And the irony of this Facebook comment is it also didn't have any apostrophes in the use in the word don't. It's how we communicate, there was no apostrophe there. It's how we play, there was no apostrophe there either. So I might counter that with, well, just learn English theory, learn the English language before you say things like this. Now, I went through the mill doing my music theory. I don't really remember not reading music. I was about 5 or 6 when I started. I don't really remember not looking at a page of music and not being able to read it. So, and I do sympathise with people who have problems learning how to read music and the theory and all of that stuff. But music is completely vocational. You can pick up a musical instrument, you can learn to get a tune out of it. You know, we do the same thing when we learn to speak, when we're anywhere between 18 months and 2.5 years. We learn to speak, but we can't write and we can't spell. But we learn to speak, because you need to be able to speak in order that you can attack the music theory, attack the theory, that is the reading and the writing. In class, we speak and we listen, we read and we write. Lots of people who who read music, who find it a bit tricky, never write it. That could be a good idea, to start just writing notes on a stave and getting used to actually creating the language that you are then going to use. Now, of course, reading music, reading actual notation itself, you know, there are lots of artists over the years who have sold millions of records who can't read music. That has to say something. Rather than the sort of embittered, you must learn chord theory, learn this, learn that, learn the other. Really, we have to look at the wider picture of what music is. Yes, there is some maths involved, and this, making the wheels like this, and I've got some other wheels here, you know, making these chord finder wheels and scale wheels, it plays into my mathematical interest with the music. The curiosity, and that's another buzzword, it's curiosity. If you're curious about something, it'll happen. You know, you can learn about it. So, of course, in the case of this lad who was severely dyslexic, he found it really hard. And rather than just turn him away, rather than saying, don't use charts, just learn this, I thought, actually, there's another way to do this. There's another way to do things. There's always more than one way to do something. So there we are. There's my little take and my little defence against those who really hammer the point with the theory. It's not all about that. It's useful, very useful, and I would implore anyone to try and learn it. But if they play already and they're making a good noise and they communicate their language, which is the language of music and the language of sound, then it's fine.